Hello, my name is Stuart, and welcome to episode 100.
times.
We've done this 100 times, and you screw it up. Okay, I'm Terrence Horn.
I'm Chris Southgard.
Yes.
The video is so off-putting now. It's so distracting.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's so low quality, and then it becomes high quality, and then when it goes to a new person, low quality. Yeah. Anyway, we're recording this on Google Plus now.
So you'll be able to see the video after we're finished, and if you're watching now, get ready for some fail.
Yeah, thanks, Stuart. Thanks, because most of the fails coming from you. Anyway, so we are now 100. So who thought we would last this long? But yeah, but we say that all the time. So anyway, okay. So should we get started with the news stories, or do you want to say anything about the 100th episode, other than the fact that we're on Google Plus now and not Skype?
Yeah, we've upgraded from Skype to Google Plus. We've grown up in the world.
Poor Microsoft. As soon as they buy Skype.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised
so we're not
my Vista computer.
So we're using Google Plus. We're using Google Docs or Google Drive, and yeah, so
yeah, because Microsoft is really sad at the fact that we just did Skype for this thing.
Yeah, why don't they why do they put it on your YouTube straight away and not just put it on your Google Drive?
Yeah.
Bloody.
We've got everybody. We've got one viewer.
Oh god, no.
Oh god, help us all.
Pressure.
Yeah.
One viewer. Chris, you better put your makeup on.
Oh yeah.
Lipstick.
Just give me an hour. I've literally minimized the window now because I can't look at it. It's too distracting.
Yeah.
So if at any point I just start picking my nose, it's because I forgot we're live streaming.
Alright, let's get started with the news.
Let's start with Ecuador has granted Julian Assange asylum, and the UK and Sweden are pissed. And moving on, because we don't want to be pissing off Anonymous anytime soon without inane comments, let's move on to Chris and his BlackBerry Bold story. See? Quick.
Chris.
Oh yeah. Hello. Hello, viewer. Anyway, so forever, I've been bagging out BlackBerry, and I've never actually had one. So to be honest, I was actually lying because I've never actually used a BlackBerry.
I was actually lied. So all my comments of I had
exactly
were all lies.
So I decided that I'd get a playbook and a bold and try out whether I could actually be bold. And after a week,
How did that go for you, Chris?
After a week, I put it back in its box and brought out my Windows Phone, which I actually enjoy more now, knowing what a BlackBerry is.
Oh my god.
It's so bad. Like, I don't know how Terrence did it.
How did I do it? Because I actually had a phone that actually had a physical keyboard and actually worked.
I don't understand, because like there's no redeeming qualities except for like maybe the unified messaging, but the keyboard, like I'm better on a touchscreen keyboard.
Yeah, no. If you're used to a touchscreen, then going back to a physical
like I understand why people would get used to it, but like if the only reason why you're on a BlackBerry is the keyboard, then you'll get used to a touchscreen keyboard almost immediately.
Well,
like, there's not that much of a difference.
Well, I'm going to be in 3 months' time. I'm going to be writing about my experiences swapping from a BlackBerry to the Android. So expect that coming up soon. But
like there is nothing good about it. Nothing.
Well, I would say that the BlackBerry Messenger is one of the big things because
but no one has BlackBerries anymore. So
no. A lot of people still use BlackBerries, especially teenagers. I know a lot of teenagers still have a BlackBerry.
No, that is a load of horse
I know, that's
crap.
Maybe in Melbourne.
Okay,
Us country people are way ahead.
Maybe in Wollongong there is not, but in Melbourne there are a lot of people.
The majority of teenagers in Sydney, Wollongong, or the world have iPhones or shitty Nokias.
Either one or the other, the shitty Nokia or the iPhone. Not an Android phone, not a BlackBerry.
Or Android, but not BlackBerry.
I know, but some people use BlackBerries, okay, and
like teenagers used to use BlackBerries because of the physical keyboard, but then Nokia bring out the E63 and the E71 and the E72, and then the iPhone has the.
I've not seen a lot of teenagers use the Nokia.
I've seen a lot of teenagers with the Nokia
Well,
E63 because it's $89.
And yeah, no, but that's the thing. The BlackBerry, it's the same price as like a good phone.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I was like, oh,
No, okay.
might actually get more work done.
Maybe we should.
The price is like
Well, maybe.
$400.
Well, maybe it's for me. Maybe the reason why I stopped with the BlackBerry was because that the BlackBerry was a good phone for me until when I decided to jump ship. When my plan decided to renew my plan and got a new phone because I was really, really getting annoyed by the fact that I couldn't check in Foursquare. That was annoying.
Oh, that is first.
Yeah, Melbourne is a third world country, Stuart. Well done.
First world problems.
Donate now.
Yeah,
donate
Go
now to the Melbourne Foundation.
Yeah, go to the TechGeek website where you can actually find a donate button.
Oh wow, we actually do have one now that I remember.
Yeah, we do.
Do that.
I love how Chris is the only one that has a lower third.
Yeah. Out of
Because
everyone.
I'm professional.
Yes, Chris.
I'm bringing my A game, guys.
Chris.
That's why I'm looking into the camera.
Chris, you work for a website with me and Stuart. You can't get any professional than that.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else.
And you can also tell that was laced with sarcasm. Why do you have a lower third? Why do you use a lower third?
There we go.
Yeah, great advertising. Okay.
Donate now.
What are we? This is a telethon, okay?
Yeah, and we've lost our viewer.
How one viewer? Seriously? Oh well. We'll win him back later in the recorded version, which will be hopefully.
Horrible.
Actually, no. Okay, we gotta stop focusing on the video.
Hey,
so that's why I've minimized it.
Blame Stuart.
No, I like the video, but
yeah, no, okay. So let's go on with Windows 8. Windows 8 RTM is now available to developers, and
I like it.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Windows 8 keeps freezing on my MacBook.
Oh no, they've definitely fixed that in the RTM.
Oh, I have to download it. Sorry, I have to obtain it.
No, it's legal.
It's
It's legit, man. You get a 90-day free trial.
It's legit.
Oh, really?
Blue. It's a legit.
Oh, really?
No, sure, you know what you just did. People can see that we're white now, and so we're being now we're going to be killed. Wollongong will actually be killed. We live in Melbourne.
Yeah. We live with terrorists.
We're
we live.
Now, and
we're in the other room.
Melbourne really helps you. Wollongong.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Windows 8.
Yeah. So what? So because Chris and Stuart have tried Windows 8, let them talk about Windows 8 because I have not played around much with the new OS. So how does it actually work, and how does it actually feel?
Okay, so basically, at first I was like every other. See, the problem is I think that lots of the reviewers are trying it for the first time and they've got deadlines, and so they have to write a review within like a few days, and literally like some of them would have had like less than a week. But the thing was, I hated Windows 8 for the first probably 2 weeks, and then it actually started to feel alright. And if it actually gets apps, which I think it will because it's Windows,
and plus as well,
unlike Windows Phone where it's actually garbage, you can actually make some good things for Windows 8.
As well, you're also got to consider that Windows 8, a lot of Windows 8 shares a lot with how a lot of apps are being developed for Windows 7, Windows Vista, and Windows XP. So it's not much of a learning curve. You can just simply attach Metro on it and make a Metro app. That's about it. So they've got that. But as well, one of the big concerns is the fact that how does it translate well to desktop? Because
that's the problem. Things like it doesn't. It would have been so much better if Microsoft had actually made it more Metro on the desktop. Like things like all the icons are still Aero, which is pretty terrible.
So basically, they've got Metro, but they've just tacked on Aero.
So
just for
if you don't want to use Metro, then you're basically paying $40 for nothing. Because they've changed nothing, they've just made it more ugly. because it's like no rounded corners or anything.
I think they
because
should
it's
probably
Metro.
I think they probably should have given you an option to actually switch between the Metro interface and then the normal Aero interface, where you can have a start button, but they've removed the DLL.
Yeah, but because the whole thing is that you have to actually get used to using it before you will, and if they just let you turn it off, then all the people will just turn it off.
Yeah.
It's one of the, and they've actually done a lot of improvements, but there's still a long way to go before Metro's perfect. But the thing is, it actually can be perfect now. I remember when the original, consumer preview came out, and it was like, this can't be fixed, but they've actually done a very good job at actually making Metro pretty nice.
Yeah, what's weird is that Microsoft has put a lot of emphasis on Metro, and it's actually working for them. Because usually Microsoft ditches a product after when it doesn't seem to work as well, but now it's working its ass off basically. Because you've got Outlook, you've got SkyDrive now using Metro, you've got all these other products using the Metro interface. So, well, now we should say Windows 8 Lite because they can't use Metro anymore. So it's interesting to see how Microsoft improves Metro on the long run because they can't simply just keep on using the same design pattern over and over and over again.
Yeah, because it's
changes.
Because it's a tablet OS now too, they might actually Service packs might actually improve things, not just add patches.
Yeah. So
see, because that's the thing. Like Microsoft will either kill it by going, "Oh, wait until Windows 9 before everything's perfect," or they'll like actively continue updating it, like they have with the consumer preview and the other previews.
There's speculation that the Windows 9 could actually be the Service Pack, and they could actually adopt what Apple has done, where what's the latest one?
Mountain Lion.
Which feels like a Service Pack, and apparently I've heard reviews of it and shit.
Well, Mountain Lion hasn't been too bad.
I love Mountain Lion.
It is actually a huge improvement over what Lion was.
Performance of Lion was like literally garbage on my computer, but Mountain Lion actually feels good.
Yeah, but my friend has a new Retina MacBook Pro, and then for some reason Mountain Lion seems to be sluggish or has problems.
My friend has also got a Retina MacBook Pro, and I've also noticed a little bit of sluggishness with Mountain Lion. But on my MacBook Pro, it's fine. It seems to work fine.
I think
it's mixed compared with different hardware models.
Yeah.
Because I've had a massive improvement. I deleted Lion completely and then put on Mountain Lion, and it's the world of a difference. By now Lion would be freezing, just doing things like doing a hangout. It would actually be the whole system would freeze.
Yeah, Vista would have totally freezed on this.
Lion was literally the Vista of OS X for me.
It was actually, because Mountain Lion is a huge improvement over Vista.
But I don't know.
Over Lion.
I like the fact that a few years ago, Apple was criticizing Vista for being like the Mac, and then it turns out Lion is Vista for Mac. Oh. But the thing is, why is Apple going towards this road of making iOS and Mac into one system together? And Stuart just gone black.
Sorry, I had to stretch.
See, that's the thing. Another thing about Windows 8 is it sort of feels like Launchpad on Mountain Lion, where you don't have to be there, but it's there. Except Launchpad's obviously less useful, but it's similar where you could exist entirely on the desktop and never have to go to it.
Yeah, but the thing is, why is Apple embracing this idea where people are going towards Apple is integrating iOS and Mac into one operating system when it's much better if iOS seems separate. If you get what I mean, because
but it's the trucks and cars argument that Steve Jobs tried to do.
Yeah.
Where
I don't know. What was the
if you want to actually do something like Photoshop, use a truck, but not everyone needs a truck. Most people need a car, which is an iPad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Whereas Microsoft's gone for everyone needs the same thing sort of weirdness.
Yeah, but you can just if you have everyone have the same thing, they don't actually have to use. So.
Yeah, but it's going to be really interesting how Microsoft tells customers that then Windows 8 on a tablet is not actually going to be able to run their old Windows apps.
Windows
RT.
If it's Windows RT. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, because like, how many people are going to go and buy a Windows RT tablet
I think,
and then not be able to do anything?
But to be fair, why would you for Windows RT you wouldn't need such things as Photoshop on an RT tablet? Because
but the thing is, everyone complained about the iPad because it couldn't do that, even though that's like the stupidest thing ever.
No, but Adobe has put like their own Express version of Photoshop on.
Yeah, but it's not like people literally think that they're going to get a computer and a tablet when they see Windows, and they're not going to get that.
I think the iPad has done probably the best work in trying to differentiate what you can do on a tablet and what you can do on a laptop. Like the iPad doesn't let you do lets you do full-on Photoshop or lets you do full-on Premiere Pro effects and After Effects. They've just said that you can do basic video editing and that's it, or basic photo manipulation, and that's about it. Yeah. Anyway, Stuart's just changing a little. I'm getting really distracted with the video.
Team.
Yeah, Wollongong team. Anyway, why am I doing this? It's a true fact. Okay, so let's move on.
We are in Wollongong. Terrence, me and Chris are located in Wollongong, so yes, it is the Wollongong team.
And Melbourne team is better and larger.
I hope there are no audio listeners.
Live
they lose the whole thing.
Okay, so
that failed because I was pointing at this camera.
Okay, so let's move on.
Okay.
So, Stuart, what's happening with Apple?
Good segue.
And a judge has... I don't even know this story.
Judge Ko has asked an Apple attorney whether they're smoking crack. To which they said, "No, Your Honor, I'm not smoking crack," because she's getting so annoyed by them. That's
my Apple sounds like I know she's getting pissed off.
It's so
no, okay, Apple attorney William Lee stepped forward saying, "First, Your Honor, I'm not smoking crack. I can promise you that."
Well, which is a lie. We all know all lawyers smoke crack.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and as well, but on the Apple versus Samsung trial, they finally finished the testimonies. So now the closing arguments are going to be set on Tuesday, and then whoever wins, fingers crossed, will become the victor, and then this probably could help.
Well,
it's
I
a
never knew
massive
if
case.
you won, yeah.
What would you want to repeat that?
You said whoever wins will become the victor. I never knew that happened.
No, it sounds like the victor of the entire battle between Apple versus Samsung, because you've got the trial in Australia, you've got the trial in Europe, you've got the trial in America, you've got the trial in South Korea, then you've got the trial in Japan, and there's so many different trials out there. So whoever wins the American one will be able to have some influence in the
Apple wins,
worldwide trial.
If Apple wins, this could actually be pretty bad because it sets a whole precedence where because this is like one of the biggest cases simply because Apple's got leverage against things that are actually on the market at the moment. So,
but as well, the main idea with Apple's argument is that Samsung is copying their design, and Samsung is saying that you can't copy like a black rectangle with round.
Yeah, but
corners.
they've also got like things like when you get to the bottom of a page, how it bounces, and things like double tapping to actually zoom in on something.
These obvious things shouldn't be patented. I think that's what Samsung is saying.
That's the thing. If Apple wins, then that means that it sets a crazy precedent that says that it's okay to patent these tiny, crappy things. But if Samsung wins, then it's gonna be a massive hit for Apple. It's just it's one of those things. You're letting a jury decide these massive things
Yeah, but the only problem is well, Apple and Samsung are both have the name, both big name companies now. Because Apple is known for the iPhone and Samsung is known just for Android, making good Android phones. So it really just depends on how the jury sways. So if the jury is... I think they may have tried to make that balance between Apple and Samsung by having probably BlackBerry users. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the jury goes. It'll be interesting if the jury says basically can't come up with a decision. That'll be an interesting thing as well. But anyway, we're not lawyers, so let's move on. Let's move on to something about Palm and WebOS.
Palm has been reborn as Graham.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Which
Why
is
don't you die?
It's a like external company within HP. So it's like how they said they were going to spin off their PC business. It's sort of like that.
Yeah, but what happens to their PC business? They kept it.
Yeah, so it's HP, and it's just a rumor, but WebOS Nation has like a look at some of the internal documents, and they're meant to be there for Open WebOS and the Enyo framework, which was part of WebOS.
Will it work on on current Palm devices?
No.
Oh, poor Chris.
I just never get a clean break.
Oh.
Now you can, because there's a video, you can see I'm faking it. Bloody hell. And I haven't used my WebOS phone for like months now.
I like that you've been so angry with Windows Phone for so many years, and then you got a BlackBerry that says, I can live with the Windows Phone.
Yeah, he goes, I hate Windows Phone so
but
much.
the Windows Phone is still...
Now you're back at Windows Phone.
Windows Phone is still terrible, but there are just some alright apps now. For example, Fourth and Mare, Carbon.
You're backtracking, aren't you?
Fourth and Mare has been a great app since when I was using Windows Phone.
Windows Phone is still bad. Windows Phone is still bad. It's just... It's alright. It's not... it's not bad. It's just alright. But people who say that it can compete with Android and iOS are junkies, and you shouldn't listen to them. And they are all smoking crack.
No. If BlackBerry, if WebOS, if you say WebOS is actually competitive to Android, then Windows Phone
I never said that. I never said WebOS was better. I just like it because it's good. But it's still just it's like Windows Phone where Stuart likes Windows Phone, but it's obviously garbage to everyone else.
Oh, it is. Windows Phone is not garbage.
To be fair, you did criticize Windows Phone for somewhere.
I did criticize Windows Phone, and I remember that. I remember thinking it would blue screen all the time.
I remember making that 50th episode montage. I was like, really? Wow. You actually said that?
Yeah, I did. I did actually say that. And it was a sad time. And then I thought, well, Windows Phone is actually pretty good. and then
how did you get that Windows Phone? Wait, did you?
And then I switched to iOS. So I think that's evident of how good Windows Phone is.
Okay, that's very indicative of what you... Yeah. Okay, so they're making Grab, and they've also recreate their mobility division to focus on consumer tablets by hiring an ex-Migo boss from Nokia. Because, yeah. Do you want to explain, Chris? Because you're the guy who...
Is this the second one?
Yeah.
HP creates mobility division to focus on consumer tablets, and they've hired...
Hey, you're the one...
Boss. Wow. I never bothered to read this one, though. Because, like, I'm just sick of it. I'm just sick of HP. Like, you'll never hear of this again, probably. Like,
what?
They just changed their mind. on a whim and make up
It's
all this
HP.
rubbish. For example, killing WebOS, which was...
But that's because WebOS is a heap of crap.
It was obviously a mistake. That's why they got rid of the CEO who did it. But he's...
No. They got rid of the CEO. No, they got rid of the They got rid of the CEO because he wanted to spin off the PC division.
Exactly. He's the guy who got rid of...
He tried to get rid of the PC division.
And he also tried to get rid of the PC division. How can you list that guy?
I think Chris is frozen on my screen.
Yeah, Chris is freezing.
Yeah.
He was like,
oh well. Mountain Lion, not as good as I said.
I love every time the camera switches back to Chris. His lower third has always changed in some way. It was respond now, and then it was at CGS Chris. Soon it'll be something else.
I'm actually changing it right now.
Welcome to TechGeek. This is how we do the TechGeek Weekly podcast, by doing shit.
And
should I turn on the clock for...
No!
The ever-persistent clock.
Moving on, Google Plus will soon offer custom URLs for verified accounts. So that means, for some reason, the Britney Spears was used as an example for this. So you can go to plus.google.com/u/plus Britney Spears. So...
and it also works with Google.com.
Oh, you can just go to google.com/plus. Right.
Yeah, but the thing is, you have to actually have the plus. You can't not have the plus, which is pretty annoying.
Oh, poor you.
No, but it's good. It's good.
Yeah,
but it's still pretty broken because if you type in the plus Britney Spears, it doesn't actually show her profile. If you're like making a status. It should do what Twitter does, where no matter whether you're on like and even if it was an SMS, it'll always link to their profile if you type in their username.
Unless they change the username.
If they do that, then that's...
Unless they change the username.
Like if they add an API and they add things like that, just the little things, because Google Plus, the problem is that there's...
API sucks.
Right now it just feels like it's hacked together, whereas Twitter and Facebook always feel like whenever you get a new feature, it's always like it just works. Whereas Google Plus, it's
Google Plus,
miss.
I think because Google has tried so many things for social, like they've tried Buzz, they've tried Wave, they've tried so many different products. I think Google Plus is their big thing they want to get right. So I think they're being more. I think they're not at. Being more not defensive. What's that word? They're being more responsive at how many features they add. They add events because Facebook changed their events page. They add maps and places because Facebook has places already. So all the things they're trying to integrate into Google Plus are more in response to how Facebook is doing it, as opposed to being innovative and designing whatever.
See, that's the thing. Google Plus right now is just a crappy copy of Facebook. And if they could add just a few more little things.
Okay, does Facebook have Hangouts?
They have Skype.
That's the one good thing.
Yeah,
that's the one good thing.
I am actually loving Google Plus because of Hangouts.
That's the only thing. That they should change the name because Hangouts seems so weird.
I've been using Google Plus because once they get an API, it's actually could be a good Twitter.
They have an API.
If Twitter starts going even crazier with their retarded API guidelines, then Google Plus could be a good place for everyone to go.
Which I think we should be talking about that now, because since you've introduced that, basically.
Yeah. So basically, on Windows Phone 8.
Yeah, let's put that down here after SkyDrive article. Basically, Twitter has decided, yes, we're going to change how we do our API. So basically, there are new rules. So if you are if you're an app developer, you're now going to be maxed to 100,000 total users. Unless you're already above that limit, like let's say Tweetbot, then it's twice the number of your current base. So if you get like 1 million, you get 2 million users before you have to be asking Twitter, can I please have some more users? Yeah. As well, there's also they've design guidelines now become design requirements, forcing you to actually design the tweet in a way how Twitter wants you to do it. So you can't have third-party links or actions. You must have retweet, reply, and favorite, and you must design it in such a way where the avatar's on the left and then your message is on the right, and you have the username and the metadata and everything. It's just a confusing mess.
What it sounds like they just want to make the Twitter experience the same across every application, every connection with Twitter. They just want to make it to look like Twitter. They want it their way.
But they didn't invent anything. Like, developers are the people who actually... That Twitter bird that's right there, that Twitter bird that's right there was invented by Twitterific, which was an iPhone app. No one even thought of using a bird as an icon for Twitter. Like, all these little things are done
photo sharing was done by a separate company.
Yeah, by the people.
Yeah,
and then, so all these different things have made Twitter what it is today, and then Twitter's just gone, oh, we can do it without you. If you've seen the Twitter for, like, Windows Phone, like, maybe if they actually had good apps, it would be reasonable, but the thing is that they haven't ever actually made good things. The official Twitter app is Tweety, but reskinned. Every other app is pretty garbage. Like, the Mac app, which is good, is also Tweety. But then, like, the Android app, which is pretty bad, is made by Twitter. The Windows Phone app, which is terrible, is made by Twitter. They can't do it themselves, but then they still have the nerve to cut off developers who can do it properly.
Yeah.
Like, maybe tomorrow they could make good clients, but they're not going to.
In terms of business standpoint, for Twitter to control who gains access to the API is probably a good thing. But for developers, it's going to probably piss them off because they have this kind of access before, and now it's being restricted. And if you're going to build a new Twitter app, like, let's say something that gives you something that rates restaurants, and you can post to your Twitter account the response. What the hell?
Hey, it's Wollongong. They've already found us. Stuart, they've already gotten us.
Yeah.
Bro.
Okay. Yeah, what was that? Yeah, but if you want to build a Twitter app, it's probably... You're going to be stuck with these restrictions, and there's over 50 million Twitter users. So that's a small portion of the audience.
They're so open-ended, too. Like, Twitter can just take away your API access if they want to.
Yeah, and they can change the rules at any time. They can change the rules at any time. I think that's what's his name? Instapaper's Marco Ament said in his blog post. Twitter can actually change the API rules at any time they want, meaning that you could inadvertently break those rules whenever they want. So yeah, it's pretty a big deal.
And like, I don't see what it does in the favor of Twitter. Like, there's never actually been a big problem with developers. If Facebook did this, I could see it because there's so much spam. But Twitter's like,
no, I think Twitter basically has done this mainly because they want to control their business. They want to control.
They could still do that without limiting 100,000 users for apps.
I think they want to. It's probably investors. They want to try to make sure that investors continue investing. So, if they control who gets access to the API, and then they could theoretically monetize that API.
See, but why don't they? Exactly. I'd pay a set amount every year to have full API access, so I could use any app. Or if because why can't they just pump ads into the API?
Because no company ever has done. No company does that because the API is meant for developers, and if you put an ad inside the API, that would become a bit hectic because different companies different Twitter apps use different ad providers, and plus then you can't make a distinction between the desktop ads and the mobile ads, and then becomes a whole confusing mess that the developers have to take into account.
Yeah, but it's still like, why if that's the reason why they're doing it, so surely there's a better way than telling all your developers to get stuffed and stop making apps for your platform.
I don't think they're telling them to get stuff. I think they want them to actually...
No, they've said that they don't want people to make apps anymore.
No, they haven't.
Yeah, they have. That was the direct thing.
When did they say that?
They want people to make things inside of Twitter, not outside of Twitter. We did it like a few weeks ago. It was on a New York Times article where they said that they don't want people to actually make apps anymore.
I don't think Twitter has ever said that, but I don't think they've ever said that publicly. I think they want to have people not. I think they don't want people to make Twitter client apps, as in you have an app like TweetDeck or Tweety.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they want people to make apps that interact with Twitter, not apps that actually remove people from the Twitter experience.
I get it. Yeah. But yeah.
Developers ask us if they should build client apps that mimic or reproduce the mainstream Twitter consumer client experience. The answer is no.
I think, but probably that they want people to actually use the web interface more often, or use their official mobile apps. But
their mobile apps are garbage.
And plus, as well, there's already much proliferation in the market anyway for Android and iOS
apart
store
from
apps.
The iPhone app. But even the iPhone app's pretty bad compared to Tweetbot.
That's why you get Tweetbot.
Exactly, but the thing is that they could just cut off Tweetbot one day.
Yeah,
they could go, oh, you've put the wrong logo in here. I don't
think they will do that, because if they do that, then by doing that will cannibalize their entire app ecosystem.
No, but it's not the fact that they're not going to, it's the fact that they can.
They can do that, yes, they can.
They can do that, so what's stopping it?
Realistically?
Like YouTube, how one person can take down a NASA YouTube video of the Mars shuttle landing on.
That's the problem. That's the problem with the DMCA. That's the DMCA.
Yeah, but that's the thing. When you have the ability to kill something, then it's going to happen eventually.
Yeah,
we've seen it time and time again. When you have the ability to take down a YouTube video, then it'll accidentally happen sometimes.
But that's part of the law. That's the law, DMCA.
Yeah, but the thing is that
when you have
always the law.
You must.
A news company took down a NASA video because they said that they had copyright. A news company did that. So what's stopping Twitter from accidentally one day letting someone in their automated system be cut off?
I think all apps. I don't think in their they have an automated system cutting off apps. I think they have to do it manually. First of all.
But still, what's stopping?
Second of all, if they ever do it to if they're going to think about it, and if they actually do that, then the entire tech media will be in frenzy, and their apps ecosystem will be decimated. Mainly because if they remove one big app, then every single app developer will just simply abandon the API, and Twitter will die.
Yeah, but they're thinking. Yeah, but that's the thing. That's what people say. But the thing is, then that should be happening right now. But it's not, because no one's going to quit Twitter.
They haven't. They're outlining the things, but the app developers. I should say that the app developers were split between the decision, because the Tweetbot developer, what's his name, Paul something or another, Paul Haddad from Tweetbot has actually said that the new API rules, you shouldn't panic. There's not much things to panic about.
Yeah, but they can it's still the fact that this once free and open market is now very controlled.
Yeah, but the thing is, developers will have mixed feelings about it. But Tweetbot has said that they aren't panicking about the move. They're saying that the entire app API thing is basically a whole beat up or something like that, and it's mostly harmless. What they say, but they're not happy with the user cap system. But the user cap for the Tweetbot is pretty huge already for iOS.
Yeah, but that's only because they're a current developer.
Yeah.
So, they're gonna someone could be making a better Twitter client right now, and they'll have a limit of 100,000 users, which is a lot, but still.
Which will they?
Yeah, but 100,000 users is quite a lot, and then they can ask Twitter for more if they grow big.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. Twitter hasn't said what asking them for more users is. They haven't said whether it's a YouTube, like when you ask to be a partner, or whether it's actually.
You do know how hard it is to actually ask YouTube to be partner?
That's what I mean. That's so how.
You just have to prove to Twitter that you.
No. You know how hard is it? It's very simple. We managed to get in with 2 videos.
No, but I mean before when they used to actually have, like anyone can be a. If you have a YouTube video.
Not everyone can be a partner. The only reason we got.
So they changed the rules so it's easier now.
No, not everyone can be a partner because you still have to make quality videos no matter what. But the only reason why we managed to get partner is because we are techgeek.com.au. We are a blog. We are a media company. So if you're a media company, you'll more likely be pushed up ahead, even if you have 2 videos on YouTube. Plus, I did call YouTube many times. Hey, can you make us partner?
Did you call them?
I actually called them once. Yeah.
I didn't even know they had a phone number.
They actually do have a phone number.
It's like Facebook. If you have any technical problems, there's no way to contact them.
No, here's the thing. I called Google Australia. Then they passed me on to Google Singapore, where apparently their base of YouTube is there. I don't know why, for the Pacific. It's in Singapore, so I managed to transfer to Singapore, and then they say, yeah, submit an application, we may look at it, and then, yeah, we got partner. So, lucky us!
Yay.
So it's not that hard for YouTube, but the rules may have changed. But if you're a media company, then you're probably you're going to be more successful in getting partnership. So it's going to be like Twitter. If you're part of a company like, let's say, Foursquare, or a media company like the BBC, you're gonna have automatic. They're not gonna be more restrictive of what you can be partner with and access the API. But if you're like a small company, yes, I understand Twitter will be saying, we want money, or we want you to do what we want, or something like that. So it's going to be a 2-tiered system. But
so what about app.net?
Okay, let's talk about app.net. Yes.
Have you set up your account yet?
They haven't given me an invite to the alpha yet.
Did you pay the $50?
Yeah.
No. Well, I haven't. But my thing with app.net is, at the moment, it's just Twitter. It's direct and huge. It's just a copy of Twitter. I think
we might as well use Elo.
I think app.net will only work if they have something in it, something better than Twitter.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. It's whether or not they think that their plan is that their only advantage will be that they're paid.
On the users. Yeah. And the fact that you don't have advertising.
And if that's an advantage, then it's not an advantage.
Even then,
I know most people don't care about ads, including myself, because I don't care.
Yeah, people say about the ads on Twitter. I hardly ever see them.
I know. I never see them.
You don't have to read the ads. You don't have to click on. You don't have to click on the link.
I just ignore it. You can, if it's something
you just scroll.
Yes, but you
just scroll. Yeah, the ads aren't intrusive either. You can keep going. You don't notice it.
Yeah.
See, that's like me with Google. I don't care about Google ads. But
have you donated to app.net?
No.
I have.
I sort of want to, but then I'll never use it because no one else will. Who's going to pay $50 when Twitter is better and free?
But the only reason why I donate is because it's being hyped up in the tech media so much that
that's what I mean.
I am kind of forced to cover it as a tech blogger. So I have to donate $50 so I can actually write something on it.
I asked them whether they do free accounts and they don't.
They're not.
For the press.
You've asked for. So I'm going to. By the way, I have to ask them. Can I have access to the alpha? Because seriously, I want to see what it is. I've looked at screenshots. I've looked at how the interface looks. Your profile page is set up. Really?
Yeah, I can go to /Terence and something comes up, but it's just not set up yet. It's just got a blank avatar. Which means that they've added you to the whole thing.
But they haven't actually given me access to it.
Have you tried to log in with? Oh yeah, you don't have a. Try and reset your password.
Wait, let me see.
But anyway, the whole thing is that they should have Twitter could easily overcome this by making paid accounts like app.net and then having free accounts for everyone else because I can't. Yeah,
I log
exactly.
in.
You are.
I can log in.
Hey,
set it
Terrence
up.
has got app.net now. Yay!
Yay! Now I can actually cover the.
But yeah, I think $50 is too. $50 for just being a 1 year member,
That's like
and then $100 to be
That's like,
a developer for 1 year.
Yeah.
It's a
like
bit too
if
steep.
it's like a music service or something.
And I'm not paying $50 for a Twitter ripoff.
I think maybe the big success for app.net is the fact that the openness the developers can get access to the API. So if they can actually create good apps for app.net and only for app.net, and then app.net could be successful to Twitter. And as well, if Twitter does something really, really stupid, then developers could just jump onto app.net because the functionality is going to be similar.
Yeah, but it's just like if Google Plus can't get users for free, then why is this Twitter clone going to get users?
I think, it's a weird combination to see what's going to be happening.
It's very elitist at the moment. People, all they talk about is app.net.
Yeah.
Like, there's none of the Twitter, because Twitter is like open, where it's actually they call app.net open because whereas like during the Olympics
closed.
you're not going to see nearly as much.
Yeah, it's very closed off. It's very closed off.
Ever. Even if app.net had the.
Are you serious? I'm up to the problem. The avatar has to be a perfect square. Seriously. Are you kidding me?
See exactly. You're paying for a worse
perfect
thing.
square. A perfect. Are you?
I'm sure they'll fix that.
Oh, yeah. It should be smaller than 200, and square, not a rectangle, a square. Yeah. Okay. Oh wow, I can update a cover image too. It's like Facebook. Okay. So while I play around with app.net now, so let's move on to talk about
Nokia and Microsoft.
SkyDrive. Oh, well, we can talk about Nokia and then SkyDrive. Okay, so Nokia and Microsoft. What's
Hold on, the
happening with Nokia?
SkyDrive article isn't on my spreadsheet.
Really?
Oh, there it is.
I can't see
okay,
it.
let's talk about SkyDrive.
Yeah,
So SkyDrive has finally got a
Windows Phone 8.
We just described what?
Oh, did you? Windows Phone 8 event.
No, we haven't done that yet.
5.
But we're talking about SkyDrive first.
Okay.
SkyDrive has just released a new Metro revamp. We can't call it Metro anymore.
Windows 8
modern UI.
Design. We can call it
Windows
Metro
8-like design.
No, it's a modern UI now.
Oh,
They changed it again.
The modern UI. Let's call. I don't know. Let's call it Bob. You know what? Fuck it. Let's call it Bob. The Bob UI.
That's IINet.
Well, oh yeah, but Microsoft Bob. We can call it the Bob UI. Bob 2.0.
Bob 2.0.
The Android app isn't Metro. The Android app is just Holo.
What?
Halo. What is it? Holo. The Android UI. What's it called?
Holio.
Holo.
It's called Holio. Holo.
Yeah,
Holo.
it's called Holo. Yeah. And they've just used the same boring one-color designs. That is minimalist.
Anyway, so SkyDrive has got the new modern UI revamp. It has an Android app now too, which looks like an Android app. And, well, actually, no, it looks like a Microsoft app. Because it's got their font and their pictures. Anyway. And it looks really nice. And this update has come after the release of Outlook.com, which I have continued to use. And I really, really do enjoy using Outlook.com.
I hate it.
Well, I thought you said you liked it.
I did, and then it's just worse than Gmail, functionality-wise. It's got so many less features.
Like what?
Google Drive. Oh yeah.
So many little things. Oh yeah, Google Drive. I'm probably gonna switch to SkyDrive, except for document editing.
Are you serious? You're gonna switch to SkyDrive? Oh wow, that's a big.
And I'm probably gonna pay for it too.
Why are you switching to SkyDrive?
Google Drive is broken.
How? I've been using it for uni and it's fine.
It keeps on breaking my files. I had my iTunes library in it, not the actual music, but just the library file. And it.
Why?
Because I wanted just to have a backup. Because usually, that's the only important thing when I if I change my computer.
I think I use Dropbox
because it's got all the metadata.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Dropbox I've already got like cheaper SkyDrive options. That's the only thing right now. Is that Google Drive is more expensive and it just doesn't work as well in my use.
Yeah, the other reason why I'm using Dropbox is mainly because I have an Android phone and all HTC and Samsung phones give you 25 gigs of SkyDrive for 2 years. And so now I've got 50 gigs. Because I just connect my review. I connect the review phones. It's just like, okay, sure, why not? I'll take full advantage of this.
See, because you can get a 20 gig SkyDrive and it's only $10, which is like the old Google prices. And Google, for the first time ever, has made their prices outrageous, and it's not very good.
They don't want any.
Like Google Drive should be beta.
I think
because it just is easily broken.
I think if you put beta, it'll say, oh, it's only a beta. That's why it didn't work. If it's
Google,
not beta,
Google is a beta.
Yeah,
exactly.
On Google
which is why I find it so disappointing, because it isn't beta according to Google, and this is the company that kept Gmail in beta for like 5 years. 7 years. Yet they released this broken. In my experience.
Why do I get a feeling this is going to be another ep ranting from Chris on TechGeek? Why Google Drive is so broken?
Because Chris always rants.
I always rant.
It's called things are broken and I have to yell about them.
Yeah, I want to yell.
Because no one else will listen to me.
We will, just without headphones on. Just keep it short. Keep it 5 seconds or less. Okay.
And moving on to
Google
news about Nokia and Microsoft. Nokia are holding.
We didn't cover the SkyDrive news. We just had an argument.
We did.
We? Oh, I was just not paying attention.
Oh, and there's an Android app coming soon. Okay, done.
Yeah.
It's hollow.
They're holding a Windows Phone 8 press event on September the 5th.
Oh, do I have to wake up early then? Shit.
At 9:30 in New York. When is September the 5th? Because I might do it.
That's like 1 a.m.
Oh, it's a Wednesday. So Thursday morning?
Thursday morning? That's fine.
I don't know if I can do that for Microsoft.
I might be able to.
I will.
Oh, it's Nokia. Yeah.
I will definitely. So I really don't want to see it.
Tune into another Hangout. No, don't actually.
Actually, yeah. Let's do a Hangout live. Let's do a live Hangout at 1 a.m. in the morning. To be fair, actually, it could be it could be midnight. Actually, I'll check. So wait.
I hope it's not. I like it when I have to actually go to bed before it.
I know. I know it's 4 hours behind. So, like, from Los Angeles to New York, it's gonna be 3 or 4 hours behind. So let's see, time zone converter. So we'll continue talking about it while I go.
So Windows Phone 8.
So hopefully it's something good. About Windows Phone 8 and maybe a new Lumia phone. But
definitely a new Lumia phone, probably. If it's Nokia.
Hopefully it has NFC, because if it has NFC, then I might switch from iOS.
Well, I think there'll be NFC definitely.
Again? Why would you punish yourself?
No, I have to stick with iOS for 2 years.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, I can just review phones. Okay, New York.
Just make sure you don't order a BlackBerry. Although I accidentally stole. I stole their USB key accidentally, so now I've got a BlackBerry USB key.
Did you send the BlackBerry back?
Yeah, I sent it all back.
Oi, hey.
Otherwise, I would have been able to take advantage of this fancy new format. Instead, all I can do is show you this piece of.
Apparently, Day and Time thinks I'm near Sydney or Wollongong and Newcastle, not in Melbourne.
Who?
I don't know why. Timeanddate.com. They have now this new feature called nearby locations. They think I'm in Wollongong.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, because great, thanks. And in Sydney and Newcastle and Mossman. So, okay, it's 11:30 p.m. Melbourne time.
Oh, I could probably do that.
Yeah, I probably can do that.
On what? The 5th or the 4th?
The 5th.
How long is it going to go for? It better go for an hour.
Is it this?
They spend.
No, it's not this week.
It's Wednesday the 5th at 11:30 p.m. So basically, you just yawned on the podcast.
Sorry.
No, but the thing is, yeah, it's because it's in New York, so it's not gonna be like it's not gonna be at like 3 a.m. in the morning. 3 a.m. in the morning because it's San Francisco. It's New York, so thank you. So yeah, if it's at 11:30, we'll probably should be able to cover it. So we can actually do a podcast.
Yeah.
Sure thing.
Yeah, sure thing. No, we're not doing a podcast at late. No
Are you
way.
sure? Be great. You
If you
can
want to.
get us all tired.
It'll be all dark and Terrence will be just going, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Oh god, it froze.
Okay.
Chris.
Okay, so
go.
let's move on to now some security news. Apparently, there has been a security warning by a guy called Pod2G, who does security research for iOS, and says that he's found a flaw in the SMS implementation of the iPhone, and it's still there since Beta 4 of iOS.
Wow.
Did you hear Apple's response? Oh yeah, they did. You did get that.
So basically, an SMS text message is basically a few bytes of data exchanged between two phones, and basically there's a new payload which can do something to the iPhone, and that could theoretically, I think, pirates could send a message that seems to come from your bank of the receiver, asking for some personal information or invite them to a dedicated website, or spoof a message and use it as false evidence. Basically, it can send an SMS to make it look like a certain user or from you, essentially. And then they can use this to plant false evidence or pretend to be from a bank, or can be used to manipulate people letting them trust somebody or some organization texting them.
Oh, right.
What the hell was
Country New
that?
South Wales. Bloody flickers.
Yay! Why? Okay, so
Wait.
okay, so basically, this flaw lets people pretend to be someone else or could plant false evidence. But yeah, so what was Apple's response, Chris?
To use iMessages.
Seriously,
Because
iMessage
it works better than SMS.
Wow. That
So
was
now
wow.
Stuart can send messages to himself to protect himself from this vulnerability.
Yes, this can work with iMessage apparently.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Apple apparently takes security very seriously. Yeah, tell that to the Java exploit that happened a long time ago, which you fail to patch up every single time. When using iMessage instead of SMS, addresses are verified, which protects all these kinds of spoofing attacks. One of the limitations of SMS is that it allows messages to be sent with spoofed addresses to any phone, so we urge customers to be extremely careful if they're directed to an unknown website or address over SMS. It's your freaking fault on how to implement SMS, Apple. It's your fault, not SMS. Okay? You're the guys who've done this.
Because Chris's expression on his face.
We're almost done. Good. Because you can see I'm getting bored.
Well, I'm bored
Okay.
too, but I'm stuck
I know,
here too.
no, because it's not a very big week. Well, actually, it is a pretty big week.
Well, Julian Sargent, that's about it.
App.net.
And App.net.
Lol. Hey, Terrence, can you donate an account to me, please?
Yeah, that will happen. Yeah.
Say, follow me on app.net.
I love the bias in this article, the 9 to 5 Mac. It's like, however, with Apple, I like the fact that they say SMS is unfortunately that something needs to be used. It's very biased. It's like that little thing. It's highlights the person's bias. However, with Apple not even a quarter of total phone penetration, SMS is unfortunately something that still needs to be used. Oh, because that's such a bad thing. Anyway.
I'll just stick with iMessage.
iMessage... what?
The majority of people who I text are on iMessage, so it's good. Actually, all the people that I text are on except my mother, and Terrence, and Tom.
Because we all use Android, except your mum.
Yeah. No, my mum uses a Nokia.
Okay, so let's move on finally to stories about Flash.
Flash
is
for
dead.
Android has died. It's gone. It's no longer.
I really don't care.
Adobe have disabled new installs of Flash on Android, and yeah, it's gone. That's it. No more.
Yeah, because apparently, they've been such an advocate of we should have Flash on the web, and now that died. And now they're telling people, use HTML5. What Apple suggested a long time ago.
For Adobe. You have to feel sorry for Adobe. Adobe. Simply because they did that whole thing against Apple and now on Android where they actually did do it right. No.
Yeah. Well, now they've ditched it. But don't worry, Flash isn't dead yet. It'll still be on desktops, and it probably will still live on desktops because, first of all, content providers who want to distribute Flash. The hell? I'm seeing a car driving past your window, Chris. Okay. I just saw a car just drive past your window. And Chris has decided to play around with his camera. Anyway, so basically Adobe is saying that it's going to be on desktop and will still live on mainly because all the people like ABC iPlayer won't put their stuff behind a HTML5 video wrapper. So,
and HTML5 works better anyway, so...
HTML5 works on mobile, but it doesn't work on desktop because, you know why? Because all the browsers can't make up their effing mind on what format to use.
Oh dear.
Okay? What? Okay.
This is YouTube. There are children watching.
Oh yeah, because children watch YouTube.
Can I hear word farm?
Wordflow?
No. My farm thing. Our farm.
No, you can't.
Don't you have the app?
Not anymore.
I have it. I
never bought it.
I thought you never bought it. You never bought your own app.
Why would he buy his own app?
Yeah, why would I buy that garbage? Uh-oh. Wordflow.co, not garbage.
Advertising. Pepsi's sponsoring us now, apparently.
Are they?
No.
And moving on to some more important news, uTorrent becomes ad-supported. And,
yes.
With 125 million active users, that's going to be a lot of money. It is estimated that the company currently generates between 15 and 20 million in annual revenue, but the figure will rise because of the ads.
Yes. So basically it's weird because people are getting upset about this. But the thing is, why would you do that? Because there's so many other torrent providers, torrent clients, which basically, and I should point out that you can use torrents for legal purposes too.
Oh, of course. That's because torrents are majority used for legal purposes.
Facebook uses torrenting to send their backup.
Yeah, Facebook uses torrenting to download the illegal TV shows they watch during programming.
They've actually used it to. BitTorrent's actually used to used for their backups.
Hey, look, you can see more into Chris's house now due to that window. I can see a TV on a desk. Scene.
Oh, hey.
Okay.
Oh no, that's a mirror.
Yes, Chris.
It's a mirror.
Sure.
It is.
Okay.
Are you serious?
Yes,
That's
Chris,
I said that. I said mirror.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said window.
I may have said my.
Okay. So basically, if you use uTorrent, you probably should uninstall it if you don't want to see ads, which I probably will do too. Okay. And finally, because we're ending the 100th episode with this, there's a new website called Terms of Service Didn't Read, or TOS:*DR. It basically is trying to summarize the terms of service policies of each website. So it gives you a summary on what they do right, what they do wrong, and then therefore you can make your own judgments in a simple, concise format without reading legalese.
That sounds like a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, it is a good idea. Okay, so basically Twitter and Facebook have no class yet, but the lowest class A, has been given to TwitPic. So if you use TwitPic, they're basically their policies are bad.
Oh, it uses Bootstrap.
Huh?
Their website uses Bootstrap.
Oh, cool. Sure. So basically, I know. So, by the way, who uses 500px, Chris? Yeah, they're Class D. Their policies are Class D. So you don't have ownership of your photos. The terms can change at any time. Your account can be terminated at any time. You don't have authorship. You waive all legal actions, and you're responsible for any claim and agree to identify them. That's Class D for you.
Chris, if you notice, your microphone is actually currently in the muted position, so we can't actually hear you.
Wow. I was running.
What? Why are you so silent?
You didn't tell me that earlier, Stuart. Like,
when
I was talking. Now we're gonna put subtitles during that bit.
So what?
I'll put subtitles of what I was saying.
So
I was talking.
Can you repeat what you were saying?
I was saying that that's rubbish, and that I don't think that this website is right.
Of course, you're saying that everything is rubbish to you. It's just everything that Chris says. No, that's rubbish.
No, RTX. No, I love when he loves something. When you know Chris loves something when he actively defends it.
Yeah, but he loves ridiculous things like WebOS.
It is golden. WebOS. One day you will all learn. Like, there'll be stories, and your grandchildren, they will ask you, "What did you do to help WebOS?" And you'll just be able to go, "I didn't."
No, we learned what it is.
I didn't help WebOS.
Yeah, and it deserves to die still.
Your children, like the propaganda
my children,
the war, the children will just shake
happy.
their heads and walk off.
My children will be happy that I didn't support WebOS because it's shit. Okay, so basically, yeah, TwitPic is Class E, GitHub is Class B, so it has some good policies. Google no support. Class D for 500px for a lot of problems.
This Terrence doesn't know what that is.
What the hell is that?
Do you know what that is?
What, a sheep?
Oh my god.
What is this?
We don't live in actual country New South Wales, Terrence. There aren't sheep.
So what exactly is it?
Isn't it the bower bird or something? Or am I completely wrong too? City sleepers.
The what bird?
The bower bird? What the hell's that? I live in metropolitan Melbourne, so yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah, we live in the country, mate. Yeah,
Yeah, mate, you bloody boat people.
yeah.
And now we should end the podcast.
Not enough room. Not enough room in Australia. That's a reference to Big Brother. I'm not saying that about regular country people. Because the person from the country... the person from the country said, "Oh, I don't like white people."
Oh my god.
You heard it first from Christopher Southcott.
If you have been watching Big Brother, let me know.
Yeah, Chris wants to hook up with you.
Okay, if you want the latest tech news, opinion reviews, and all that, you can find them on our website at techgeek.com.au, and you can also listen to a brand new show called The Briefing, a 10-minute or less news podcast, simply recapping the news. No opinion.
I'll have to do that.
No Stuart or Chris talking about other things.
Why don't we film? It's in Stuart's bedroom.
The Briefing is the serious alternative to. The Briefing is the serious alternative to this podcast.
One day I'm gonna do one. And I'm gonna make the intro music dubstep and ruin
Oh god!
It's gonna be great.
You know we have no intro music for The Briefing whatsoever.
I know.
Right?
What is with that? You have
Yeah,
to have
and there
intro music.
shouldn't be any.
I thought it was gonna be like Download the
No,
show.
copy-
It's like
I was really
well
tempted-
produced.
I was really tempted to start with the copy the BBC's method, just have 5
Yes,
tips and then-
BBC. Copy the BBC.
What?
What did they do?
Like,
What did they do?
On the BBC World Service, every news bulletin starts with 5 pips, 6 pips, so every 5 seconds before on the hour.
So the person will get confused when they're listening.
Yeah.
Why is my
The
iPod broken?
This is the this is the BBC.
Has my computer broken?
What? Why are we listening to the BBC?
Has it
Why is-
BSOD'd?
Okay.
Yeah, it should be like that.
Okay. Yeah,
Hello,
because we will
welcome
have the right to do that.
No, but we'll make our own.
My name
In
is Chris
reverse.
Underwood.
We'll just reverse
Today's lead story: Julian Assange has been found in Ecuador. Wait, no, is it? Is that the place?
Okay.
It is.
Julian Assange has been,
I got it right.
Julian Assange has been found in Ecuador or granted asylum in Ecuador. You say found or
Windows 8
granted?
has arrived. Microsoft's flagship operating system for the desktop.
Okay, so I think we should end the show. I think we should end the show now. So I'm Terrence Wood.
Dubstep.
I'm Stuart.
I'm Christopher.
And if you're wondering what, and
Christopherson.
you've been listening,
If you've seen Fantastic Mr. Fox, it is fantastic.
and you've been listening to
It
TechGeek
is a
Weekly
great
episode
movie.
100. Sorry, Tom Solari can't be here because he's apparently so tired that he couldn't wake up in the afternoon after partying so hard. So yeah, that's been the 100th episode. I'm Terrence Wood. Goodbye.
Bye.
Ciao for now.
Oh, it's over. Oh,
We're still on air.
yeah.
We're still on air, Stuart.
Oh shit.